Yeah, it was quite hot out there, especially towards the end of the second set. You could really feel that it started to heat up. But I'm just happy to get the first win of the season under my belt and just move on. Maybe it wasn't the best out there, but we both tried our best and both tried to just grind it out, and I'm just happy to be through.
How do you feel like you played compared with, obviously you had your first match last week in Brisbane, you've been practicing since then. Can you see progress in what you're doing today?
Yeah, obviously I won today, so it's better. But it's difficult to compare because it's two different matches, and Ursula and I are very good friends, and we know each other so well. We know each other's games so well. We practice together all the time at tournaments, so it's tough. It's not easy to play a friend, but I'm just happy that I managed to pull it through.
Last year you were number one. Maybe it was a different feeling after this trade after this year?
Not really. Still the same feeling, I just go in, I enjoy what I do, and hopefully I can start off well and then go into the tournament and just keep playing better. That's what everyone is aiming for, and that's what I'll try to do.
And you said Ursula very well. Did you practice together? Did you expect such an easy win?
No, usually we have tougher matches, but I guess one day you play better, one day you play a bit worse, and today it was going my way, and we had this long game at 4-1, and she pulled that off, and I thought, okay, this is really important the next few games to see where this is going to go.
Carol, tell us about going up the Sydney Tower the other day. You're obviously scared of heights, but you did it, and it looked like it was a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I did it. Very big achievement for me. Something I'm very proud of. I'm a bit afraid of heights, so to go up there was an accomplishment itself. So yeah, I was even more happy when I went back on the ground safely again. But now I have some nice pictures. I can say I've done it, and I can say I've been a tourist, so it's nice.
Was it nice to have Rory there when you guys jumped up? It looked like it took him a little bit to convince you to do that with him too.
Yeah, my first jump was quite pathetic, to say the least, but once I tried to jump the first time, the second time was a bit easier, and it was definitely easier with him next to me.
When does Rory get known, or when you guys part ways in Australia?
Never.
In Australia though?
He's leaving tonight. Yeah, he's leaving tonight. Gonna go prepare for his own golf.
When you look back at when you look back at your season last year, it seemed like you went through a flat spot around the Grand Slams and really struggled at that point, but you seem to have come out of that towards the end of the season. What do you think was happening then, and sort of what have you decided that you're going to do this year to try and?
Honestly, I think at Wimbledon I was unlucky. I think I played a great tennis. Tamira played really well as well, and I had match points and could have won. It didn't go my way. She ended up going to the quarterfinals of that tournament. So, it's bad luck. It's what happens in tennis sometimes. Sometimes the other, and obviously, you want to go far in the Grand Slams, but it didn't turn out. And at the US Open, I got a bit of a knee injury at the US Open series and was struggling for a little bit. I actually felt like I was starting to hit the ball well, and I felt like it was making progress. But when I went into the match, nothing went my way, and that was quite disappointing because you always want to go in and wanting to compete on 100%, and obviously it's tough. It's tough mentally to go into that, but I got to rest up a little bit after the US Open and really work on a few things after that. I feel that I could be 100% healthy, 100% committed to the training, because there's nothing more frustrating than going into a training session or a match and feeling like there's a lot of things you can't do or certain things you can't do. So it just gave me a bit of confidence going to Korea and winning the tournament, and I felt like I played really well, and you know, finishing off the year the way I did with a win, another win in Moscow, and then finishing off with a final in Sofia. So it was a great finish, and I was really proud of the way that I managed to just pull myself through and keep working hard, even though it was the end of the year already.
Do you feel like that's given you some momentum for this year to sort of carry that through?
You know, it's tough when you have a break and you don't practice for a few weeks, and then you go back and, you know, as you start practicing and you feel like you're hitting the ball well, you're working on a few things, and then you need to try to cope that into the match, and it's not always easy in the beginning, but you know, I feel definitely that it's nice to finish off the year the way I did, and you know, it gives a positive tone going into the off season and to the practice.
Caroline, the heat's meant to get worse over the next few days. Would you like to see some kind of things put in place to protect the players?
Lovely.
It's lovely, yeah.
I can get a tan, you know. My feet can burn a little bit, but you know, it's similar for everyone, and it's the same. So you just need to focus on what you're doing out there, not focus on the heat. And you know that it can get really hot here in Australia sometimes, and that's a part of the game. And you know, if you're fit physically, it makes it easier to cope with the heat.
Can we ask a question in Danish?
And do you feel like you are fit physically at this point, that you're ready to go for the season?
Yeah, you know, I've had a great off season. I could practice 100%. I felt fit. Unfortunately, you know, I think it happens all the time. You always get sick when you have some downtime. So I got a bit sick in the off season, when I was on vacation for maybe 5 or 6 days. But you know, at least I got it out of the way before the practice started. So I felt like I was on 100% once I started practicing, and you know, that's a great feeling and great to go to sleep at night knowing that you've done everything you could to be a better player.
Do you feel like you can move back towards where you were ranking-wise 2 years ago, now that you're with this year?
It's only 1 year ago.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
I mean, I was there 2 years ago too, but
1 and 2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I always believe in myself. I believe that I can get back there, but it's hard work. There's a lot of great players, and you know, you never know what's going to happen. The most important thing is just that you're healthy, and I'm going to try to play the best as I can and try to win as many tournaments as I can, and the ranking will come if you play well, but most important is the health.